Hello. Let me just verify that the stream is up. Should be a little bit of a delay. Looks like we might be good.
Yeah, it looks like it. My OBS is freaking out, but you guys should be getting.
Getting a clear picture in chat. So if you get to watch this stream, I'll look at Twitch chat. Probably not Slack or Zulip or no Eric. I just joined. Just joined. Just went live. Yeah, streaming problems. And let's go. Where's all this? Get rid of all this. Let's see, last notification. Yay! All right. Yeah, great. So I see that Eric seems to be watching. So I think we're good now. And I'm just gonna play it on my cell phone so I can see chat. All right, we're good. I should probably get the app, but I waste too much time on Twitch. All right, so last time, if you're new to here, what we did last time is there's this website. Hi, my name is Miguel Raz. I'm doing the Julia track on the Exercism website. It's a place where you can get people to review your code when you're trying to solve different coding problems in 50 gajillion different programming languages. So if you've got free time during the quarantine or you want to get started with coding, it seems, to my liking, these are more problems suited for people that are already a little bit familiar with coding. It's not like probably not for like absolute beginners, but if you have someone that can just help you out or answer some questions now and then, you could be well on your way. So the Julia chat, what it consists of is there's a couple of core exercises, and every time you like solve one of these, you like download it through your terminal and you submit your solution. Somebody gives you feedback or proves it, and then you go on to the next challenge. So the idea is that you get like you try and solve these like problems. You get a hang of the standard library, like the basic functions, like what's a Julian way of coding or a Haskellian or a Rustian way. And so people are trying to like help you push along your learning journey. So we left our journey with dealing with irrational numbers. We were blocked by the second to last set of tests, which were like 94,000 or 9.4 thousand tests. That was a lot, and my brain just pooped out. So I just said, I'm gonna go get a nap, and because sometimes the best debugging is good sleep. So I went and had a nap and ate, and then I had another nap, and now I'm back here. So that's the idea. So we're gonna try, and I'm still like in denial about like facing this rational numbers problem. So what I try and do sometimes is I've submitted quite a bunch of solutions to like different problems. So I'll go and address and polish some of the little bits that need to be done on the other ones. So for example, the run length encoding and the Scrabble score, I got comments on while I was napping or something. So I'll just come back and check them now. So if you haven't seen the run length encoding problem, it's one way to do the string compression, which apparently people started. I think you can barely see my face, but that's not the idea. The idea is that you know that I'm here, I guess, and not just like an AI generated live coding instructor. So you start out with this string. There's like 12 W's here, and so you're going to get 12 W's, the number 12, and then a W, and then one B, and then one B, and you should be able to like go back and forth from this encoding to the actual string. So the problem is, how this works is you read this problem, you absorb all of what you're supposed to do, all the things you're supposed to solve for. Then you click this copy. You go into your terminal, right? This is our handy terminal, and then you do cd exercism. You install their software. They have like a click-along walkthrough, and it's really cool. And then you download it, and it goes and download it in the corresponding folder. And then you open up your session, and you end up trying to solve the problem, something like I am. So this is going to be intimidating if you haven't seen it yet, but it's just the terminal split a couple ways with Tmux, so that I can just keep tabs on like what's going on. It's my workflow. I found it useful for Exercism. So Colin had a couple of comments. So he said, I think we addressed these, but we still need to clean up some of the other things that the code just doesn't handle that well. I think there's some couple of unnecessary lines, and it's a decent solution overall, but still marred by a few small mistakes which make this quite hard for me to read. No worries, Colin. We appreciate all your feedback. You don't need to return an error call. It throws. Line 17. I don't need this. Oh yeah, I guess I don't. So what I do now is I'm just going to leave this one here, and then this is you're gonna see how this is Tmux. I'm gonna split this up. So that was the run length encoding. So Vim, I'm gonna do split up my screen, switch it around. And so I'll do Vim run length encoding, .jl, and then here I'll go into the same place. There's probably some smarter way to do this, but I just haven't bothered yet. Julia, and so Colin mentioned that on line 17. Yeah, we don't need this line, because it's going to throw anyways if we go into an out-of-bounds situation. Alright. So let's try that. We are in the... Scott P. Jones, hey, have to grab something quick. Sorry I missed this morning. Hey, Scott, welcome. Good to see you around here. No worries. I've started the auto-upload to YouTube, so you can catch all 4 hours of me rambling, if you so desire. What? Oh yeah, so, and then what you usually do is if you're in that folder, then you do the run tests, and it should work. Alright, so we'll say goodbye to that. And then we could put an inbounds here, but it's unsafe. I don't know. I don't feel like it. So inbounds, for those of you who don't know, is this macro, which will tell Julia like, hey, don't do bounds checking. Turns out that bounds checking is when you're going to access an array, that the compiler will say like, oh, every time you try to access an array, make sure that you are like actually accessing something within the space that you're allowed, because otherwise all hell breaks loose and you get like memory overflow bugs, or you can just be like C and like write things out of the end of your array and get people's passwords. So that's bad. So adding bounds checking is good, but it also comes at a price because you have to do more work. So you can turn it off to get all the speed ups, and it's a bit more unsafe, but so on Thursday, I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Don't worry about it. All right, what's the rest of comments? Line 17. 34, 60, and 79 are redundant. That's harsh. 34. Oh, it was with the previous one. Is it redundant? It is redundant. I don't know, sometimes I get paranoid when I'm developing this code. Maybe somebody could write a code minifier. It just keeps deleting your lines, and if it gets the same results, then you're good. Eric 4G. Cool stuff. Hey, welcome, man. Glad to have you here. 60. So that's 27 more lines. Offset. Am I? Oh yeah, this is just vestigial code from like, this is what you get if you don't like at some point get somebody else to like look at your code. There's just like scaffolds of all the stuff that you try to build at some point that just like remain, like all that craftiness. So 79, 79, 79, that's 20, it's this I, or is it? Well then how does the CH get assigned? Oh, he meant, I deleted one line, two lines. Did I delete it? '79 are redundant. Line 79. What? Maybe meant 69 and he just typoed it. Nope. What about 89? Unlikely. Did he mean the comment? I think he meant the comment. Yeah, that's not a very useful comment. How about we get rid of like playing the pronoun game? Char is a digit, write the digit to the mult. Oh yeah, and he called me out on using like bad variable names, which is fair, I guess. It's a bit odd to use the word sum when I expect that to be a function. I have used run length, maybe. Yeah, that's probably a good call. So sum. Get char multiplier. Yeah, how about we call the multiplier run length? You know, as a problem. Count consecutive. We could call this one run length. And what do you call the other one? All right, we can do the smaller amount of get char. Ah! Multiplier. Uh, change and word. Get char run length. All right, let's try that. Boom, boom. Run length, run length, run length. And then here, run length, and then here, run length. Oh, Scott, I just saw your comment. You can also do for ch and code unit stir. Code unit stir. Is that what you mean? For ch, let's try that. And code units stir, and then but then I lose this one. Oh, but I guess this just breaks then. Nope, not that one. Nope, not encode units start. Oh, code units. There's a difference between code units and encode units. Code units and encode units. Oh, let me read. Return the number of units. Obtain a vector-like object containing the code units of a string. And Scott, why would I want code units and not for I in 1 through? Are we talking about the same line? Line 65, 61, where I do for I in 1 through encode units stir? Or because I want to have access to the index, right? Let's try code units. Nope, I screwed something up here. I'm not sure where it was. Yes, but I think you just want a simple iterator. Yeah, I'm very much the king of like doing the scaffolding and then like getting some index juggling thing that works and then like leaving it way too complicated. And that's not ideal. Like there's room here for cleaner code. I know that. See, we don't even need this line anymore. So, you know, this is getting rid of redundant bugs or like redundant code. That's a real easy way of for ch and what is, so let's try this. String equals A, B, C, D, E, F, and then code units, string. Oh, so I get the chars directly. So if I get, what if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I do for char in code units stir, all bugs are redundant. I don't know. I hope so. Not yet. But I'm not there yet. For ch and code unit stir, what are they gonna do? Print, just print it. Show me where it is. Okay. Print that. That's the one we don't have. How do I turn this into so I can definitely do. Can I do char of 0x 5 1, and then that's a q. Didn't seem. Oh, it's not that one. So if I do 3 3, oh, what do you know? So I think I can get away with just doing this. Scott, tell me if I'm doing something that's egregious here. Yeah, nope, no bueno. If you have the code unit, you should be able to simply subtract int of that. Oh. Okay. Converting to car slows things down. Yeah, I would have thought. I was almost sure you were gonna say like, nope, no, that's suboptimal. I appreciate that, but for the record, it's just getting the hang of this. So your recommendation is to, oh my god, turn line 64 into, wait, why does this not work? For next time we can probably set up TeamSpeak or something, and then we can like talk on live stream, and then you can like guide me and be like, hey, like, no, don't worry about doing this. You could try this other thing. A ver. I had something like this, right? Can't do that. Car because very complicated and slow back in 2017. It became very complicated? I guess so. I wouldn't know. I've only like started knowing about performance here because of all of these exercism things. Oh, okay, that worked. Why is this one not working? CH in code unit stir. Is it something else that I... Wait, is this broken? Is this the test that's broken? Get car run length. So the encode one works. The decode very communicator. It's just practice, like coding. I think I erased one line too many. 79. Yeah, maybe it no. I equals 1. Not that one. CH equals stir. Hello. Hello. Oh, it's 6. How are you doing, 6? I think it's 6 peck. If it's so, hope all is well. I'm getting stuck on string processing and exercism again. But we're much better. We're at the stage where we're like polishing code. No, it's not as horrifying as the I don't know where I am and I'm just flailing my arms in desperation. Get car run length. So this is the one that it says it doesn't like. I think it's because I have to do int that one, and then nope. Int like that. Not defined. Well, we passed a few more tests, I think. Not defined on get car run length. Get car run length. Local c. What do you mean it's not defined? Do I have to shadow it? All these hacks I gotta learn to just like encoding 70. Oh. I think that's the one. Invalid name tuple element sum. Sure. Let's call it the run length. Run length. Run length. Oh my god. Invalid name tuple element run length. Alright, so it wasn't that. Oh. Instead of break, return with the values from within the loop. You forgot to change one sum. Instead of break, return from the values from within the loop. All right, let me see if test pass, and then I'll get to that one. Run length not defined. Fantastic. I'm in a bad one here. You don't have the variable I anymore. I deleted it. Oh yeah, but I have offset. So, oh, it's not called sum. That's the one. Yeah, six called me out. Thanks, man. Oh, what do you know? All right. So we can delete that, and then why don't I just do, wait, can't I do like, for, where was this? Oh, because if I turn it into an int, it like rescales up to where it should be. All right, that's why you're on. Remember, for loops create a new scope level. That's why you are running into problems. Yep. All right, so now, Scott, I'm going to try and listen to your recommendation here on getting rid of this break. So within this one, instead of a break, I should have an early return on that else, and that should be more performant. Like, our breaks very much not favored. I don't know if this is a code smell when you have like this sort of repeating code. It's more that you still have those variables defined. Oh. Oh, within the loop scope. Yeah. Oh, and I don't need this last line then, right? Yep. Because whenever I find something that is not a digit, then I should just get out. So a lot of the complaints seems to be from putting this into a separate function, which forces you to return 3 variables. Yes. That is true. We could try and squish it into 1. I mean, so instead of 3 variables, we could just have a 4. We could just have that 4 inside the while loop, and then that's it. Would that be better? We might try that. Else, let's see how we handle that. Think about having a single loop that just keeps track of its state. Is it processing digits, or is it picking up a letter and outputting it 1 or more times? Oh boy. I think instead of Frankensteining a new function, or the old function, we can try decode 2. That seems to work better. Decode 2 string is empty. No, this is the one where you let's just do equals IO buffer. I equals 1 while I is less than the code units. Oh, no, that's that's the length, right? And code units stir. You don't need a loop. You don't need a loop within the loop. No, I'm certain there's a way to do it. In we're gonna be the 1-pass gang, definitely, right? Let me sit down. Simply have for car in stir. Let's try that. For car, I call it, yeah, for car in stir. For car in stir. For car in the stir. If it is a digit, I'm decoding it. If it's not a digit, I'm gonna be you don't need to keep track of any offsets. Oh, because you just do the addition into the sum, and then when it's not a digit, you just like, and then at the end you reset it. start off in the 0 state. Oh my god. I'm like having problems with keeping up with chat. Just give me a second, people. All right, should be good. I don't have chat back. Let's see. Just 1 second. I'm going to download this stupid app. Dearest Lord, I have to delete some apps. Can be done later. You just have the state where you are picking up one or more digits, or you have a letter to output one or more times, based on if there were any things picked up before. All right. You are picking one or more digits. If it is not, all right. You just have the state where you are picking up one or more digits, or have a letter to output one or more times. Okay, let's say that the run length is 0. It starts out with and let's put this at the top. Have a letter to output one or more times. Oh. So how about we call something previous char equals I don't know how to handle I don't know how to handle this state where you have a previous you're like trying to look at what happened before, and then you only have where you're at. Like if you do like if you have like the 4 in string, then you only have like the character you're looking at, but you want to keep track of the last one. So I don't see how you save it to a run length needs to be initialized outside the loop. Okay. We can do that, right? Yeah, we can do that. All right, so, and then if set to 0, then you haven't seen any digits yet. Yeah, so far so good. Right? Oh. I think I can set up a Discord or a Zoom so that people can like drop in and just like talk in real time instead of just like trying to type in chat. and it can be a little bit more interactive. Yeah, that could probably be a good thing. All right, so run length is outside. If it is not a digit, you see a digit, then run length. Yeah, okay, that's the one. Run length is run length. Yeah, this is your classic trick plus the digit. So that's the int car. And then I can probably ask this in a more performant fashion. Car. Yes, baby, yes. Int. All right. Yeah, for another night. Don't worry about it. I'm just probably gonna open it up and just like post it on the Julia Slack, and then whoever wants to come and hang out, they can just have an endless what do you call it? Backseat driving experience with coding. All right, and then else if the car, if it's not, you just write to the IO wait, and if the run length is equal to 0, or 1. Oh, yeah, I need the good old char minus 0 that. So else write to the IO the, oh, this needs to be car. Oh, what was the repeat syntax again? Repeat A3 run length, and then run length is equal to 0 again. Oh, oh yeah, that's way smarter. I knew that. I'm gonna write that down. This is all the stuff that you and Colin have been teaching me in all these workout days. It does not to be if else if. I'm gonna write it down. Don't write x equals 1 or x equals 0 if you can write x less than or equal to 1, right? Avoid when possible. I mean, oh, oh, wait. I'm reading your comments here. Scott. Here you need car, not int car. Else if run length equals 0. That does not need to be else if, not and then if. That does need to be else if. Oh. Oh yeah. And then else. Write that. And then just string take else if equals 0, not 1. I think I got it. For the cars, if it's read car run length will actually create a string, so you are doing allocations. Oh, so how can I avoid that? It's the string allocation instead of the repeat. Can I just maybe I can do string for I in 3? No. String for I in 1 through 3? Okay, no. Might be better to simply have for I in 1 through run length and char. Oh, so this is a extra homework. Cool. Let me see. Alright, we can do benchmark this versus for loop. Loops are your friends. Loops are friends. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. Okay. Now let's try this. Oh my god. Oh! I feel so silly. I swear I must have been like 15 hours trying to juggle indexes and doing stupid stuff, and it's just like, no, it just doesn't need to be that hard. You know, in retrospect, did I actually do the right thing? Let's try this. You can get rid of the line I equals 1. Oh, sure. Just, you know, the best way to make my code faster is to just delete lines. It's just works like magic. Oh my god. See, this is, if there's any selling point to exorcism, it's this. Like, don't bang your head against the problem for like 30 hours without getting someone to like help you, at least to tell you like not to do dumb things like I am. That's that is very much appreciated. And then what do I do with all these fancy doc strings now? I don't have a need for this function anymore. All right, so we're just gonna write it for the one we need. Decode. Oh dearest Lord. I don't need this doc string. I was so proud of these like beautiful markdown doc strings, and then now I just don't need it anymore. Yeah, this is the process of learning. Just like looking at all the like frustrating time that you spent trying to chase down problems that just didn't work out. Live and learn. So I don't need this buddy anymore. What do I do with this? Decodes. Run length encoded string, and then examples. Decode 12. Let's do 6A 3B. That's a bit easier. Decode 6A 3B, and then that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3, and then that's it. Don't need more examples because the code works. I learned from seeing how you did them, right? You will want some of the beautiful doc strings at some point in the future. Yeah, that's why like let me show you the doc strings. Like if there's one thing I can show off about this problem, it's like look at my beautiful doc strings. I mean more like what? Oh, because I did something silly. Beautiful. But it's 6, not 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6, Scott? I only see 6. What are you talking about? Oh my god. Oh, painful, painful. 3x. And then now let's do how about just z and then 3x? Yeah. Julia, decode, and then z3x, and we do z xxx. This is why it's best to copy paste, not retype. Yeah, I know. It's just I haven't figured out how to like copy paste things from like one Vim thing to the other from like Tmax. I'll get around to it. It's just I haven't got. I've learned a lot of things. No. This is all good. Okay, so now let's do count consecutive. I guess we can just squish this into another loop, right? Yeah, we can. Yeah, if we did that with the first one, we can function encode. Let's call this one 2 and this one all right, stand up. IO equals IO buffer, and then how does this work? To encode, we just count how many we've seen, and then we tack on a number, right? Whenever it's different, and then you sort of have to handle the end. Let's see what we can do. Run length equals 0 for car and string. Like I always have like this issue of like how to start the loop, right? Because I want to like start the loop at 2 but already have the value of the first car, and then like not write it up until like the n minus 1th car, so that I don't run into like the out of bounds problems. Where's this one? I think this one I actually do want to use the encode units because I want to access the strings, right? Nobody celebrates Cinco de Mayo here, Scott. So, I mean, you did in like grade school, like because they would just have like some, um, like you just had to do like a history assignment on the Battle of Puebla, La Batalla de Puebla. But it's much more of a este Chicano culture of like immigrants that have gone, like Mexican immigrants that have gone to the States, and now like one of their ways to like celebrate their heritage is to like take part in Cinco de Mayo. But it's just not a big deal here. Like you don't need, sometimes you don't even get off school, I think of it as a state machine. All right, state machines. So glad I took that class. No. Then here's what I will do. No. Think of it as a state machine. I have my pen and pencil, right? This is it. So what I do know is if the car I'm looking at is, I have a car. Damn mosquitoes. That my wife would be celebrating. That's like asking British people to celebrate the 4th of July. Yeah, it's just, it's not a thing. It's, just like the code, you only have 2 states to deal with. All right, so let's try and like, let's write this down. Scott's tip. Just 2 states. So either the car that I'm looking at is the same as the last one or it's not. That's about as much as I can simplify it. No? I have a car. Is it the same as the last car? Okay, so maybe last car equals stir 1. And then well, she's Spanish. People here don't understand. Mexico rebelled against Spain. What would they celebrate Mexico's independence? I don't know. Spanish people believe a lot of really crazy things, man. They still think of Cristobal Colon as a hero. So that's a conversation. Let me sip my tea here. He's not. Give me a sec. I have a car. A mosquito just bit me. Boy, she gets really excited about that one. Yep. String ILS car. If this is equal, run length, add to the run length. Else, if or else, if it's not the same, then just write to the IO to set the previous card, you can set the previous card to some illegal value. Some illegal value. I'm writing that one at the end of the loop. You don't need to pick it up from the string. Then how do I pick it up then? If it's like not... Oh. Ah, I got him. Tango down. The code will not work for Unicode values. Okay, so I need to do... What's the encode units? Code units? Code units, ABC, and then encode units, stir. So I need to figure out this. So that's why you do the for car in code units, right? Right. I can try and do first of string, or rather code units, first of code unit string. Forget encode units, encode units. Okay, just forget them. Just do that and that. No for, just for car and string. All right. Oh yeah, I don't need that. If the car is equal to the last car, right there. Else if run length is equal to 1, then just write the car, else write IO run length car. And then run length equals a 1. And the last car equal to car. How does that look? Let's think about this. Can I do that? The first. They are useful for very low level stuff that I do with string processing, but really aren't the best thing for writing generic string handling code. Oh, so just use the iterator out of the box, or the generic for loop. Alright. That's pretty cool. Does first work? Get the first element of an iterable collection. Ah, yeah, there's even like a string processing example. I hope it does. So otherwise I'm screwed. Oh. What's the pros and cons on write versus print? Let's try this. Well, that failed. Sure. Are we sure on this one? Yes. Do you need to print to you need print to correctly go from a car to one or more UTF-8 bytes or one or more UTF-16 words. So write would not preserve that? Huh. That sounds tricky. Let me write that down. Prefer to use print IO car than write IO car, because do you know if there's any difference when it comes to like flushing the buffer after using either one of those, or is that only after it takes? Write would write out bytes for run length, not the string form of the number. Oh right, let me put that in a string then. Print IO because goes from does not. There you go. Up on the wall again. Ah! That was silly. And then the print. Silly. This is the one. I'm having a problem here with the very first character. Oh, I think this one has to be defined as local. Otherwise, nope, not that. So this is where we pull out our, oh my god. Using the debugger, we enter in code XYZ. It is right. That's why you want print. Oh, right outputs the binary representation of the number, not the ASCII digits. That's why you want print. Let me see if I wrote that down. For to use print rather than because print goes from a card to one or more UTF-8 bytes, or one or more UTF-8s, and write does not. Oh, is this me being silly? I think that was silly. Let's try that again then. Alright. Silliness abounds. Oh, maybe I need to write the last car, and not the one I'm looking at. And then I guess off by one bugs. Fun, fun, fun. I think. Oh, I think I need to do that, no? Hmm. Uh, I think I'm at the like typing random stuff to see until what works stage because I'm not willing to think through this bug. So, does this change anything? Doesn't look like it. Don't need string. If I don't write this one, if it's just the cars, I get no first one. Why? You need to make sure the last character is finally output. Yeah, so how would you keep track of the so that's why I was stuck with thinking about like indexes and not this generic iterator that we're using now. It's because I didn't know how to like keep track of like when the last element was going to be met. Can I write a function like instead of first? Oh, that doesn't work. If there's first, is there last? There is last. And car. Don't set last car to be the first character. Then when do I set it? Because that's don't set last car to be the first character. So I definitely want to start with last car outside of the loop. No, you don't want to scan an entire string to find the last character. Yeah, I thought so. I was just like, no, that's a bad idea. Don't. Set it to an invalid value. You mean like last car is equal to that? I or have a flag. Okay. Does this work? X equals that, invalid character, literal. How about the famous, that one? Characters can't have zero length. That one might. That one might work. I'm getting too sleepy to help much either. Well, yeah, me too. It's just refining code. It's hard. Mm. See, this is how I just ended up coming up with the previous solutions. It's just like, just type away until some random index juggling fiasco compiles and passes tests, and it's like, all right, it works, but it's not enviable code. Mm. Can I try something like stir, size of stir, or stir encode units stir, and then just else if the car is not equal to the end car, do that, else print to the IO the end car. Yep, did not like. But maybe we already avoid indexing into strings, avoid encode units, avoid code units. All right, just avoid indexing into strings. I should probably write that down. (138). Avoid indexing into strings. Avoid encode units. Avoid code units. There be dragons there. Rather take a break and sleep on it. Think on this when you're fresh. Yeah, I think that, so the plan was to like just try and like polish this and then like go back to the robot name one. I think going to bed is the best debugging strategy we might have, so it's Probably not a bad idea to call it string indexing and Julia. It's probably not a bad idea to just call it a night and just go up and early at 'em tomorrow morning. Um. So yeah, I mean it's 10. It's not a lot of good bugs you can catch after 10. I learned that the hard way. String indexing in Julia causes more problems for people than anything else from what I can see. When dealing with strings, iterators, etc. are your friends. Alright, I can see that. Uh, mm, end car. Where is end car? Oh, I didn't. How do you check if the iterator is at the end? Is there a generic function for that? Iterators dot dot tab tab. If you don't know about it, that's how I get all of these. What is this? P is done. What is this thing? Property is done. Try to help users from shooting themselves in the foot with ambiguities by defining few common critical operations, and these don't need the extra convert code. Maybe we can try that. Maybe there exists such a thing called handle output the last character with its count if necessary after the loop has exited. Oh. Wait, what did I do? After the loop has exited. That's a good strat. So with its count. So how can I write something to... First of all, let me check if this thing exists. Info iterators dot p is done. How is that even called? Well, how do I... Iterators dot p is done. Iters states. I don't know that I can call that. Maybe there's a generic method here that could be added to iterators. Oh wait, but it doesn't know that. Because it only knows what's happened so far. Yeah, I know. Let's not get into that. Silly idea. All right, so how do we um, manually handle last car? Mm, if it starts with an underscore, yeah, there's like some shady stuff that you probably shouldn't be messing with, unless you're like pull requesting base or something. Just realized I don't need headphones. Sleep, but it's so close. Just need to compare this last one. Is there a way to like think of this last one? I don't know. I'll take your word for it. I'll get up bright and early tomorrow. Thank you for everyone that came to the stream. Thanks a lot, Scott. Thanks a lot, Colin, from all your comments. I'll get to it someday. Oh, you also have a typo. You need to output last car, not car. I need to output. You need to output last car, not car. On this one. Scott, I'm assuming you meant here on line 50. That. Oh, what do you know? Okay. Oh, I just read your comment. All right. Well, in Spanish we say lo vamos a consultar con la almohada. So, thanks for everyone that joined in on this exorcism track polishing session. Might not be glorious, but it's educational, I hope. So, tune in tomorrow, I guess. We're going to be doing this for a while. Cheers. Thank you, Scott. Thanks, Colin. Julia, people. I should start a Discord or something so people can like phone in. All right. Take care. Stop stream.